Hello! Hey guys, welcome to my newest video. Today we're going to be doing a Drugstore Glam, so you will find out how to get this look with all these different drugstore, cheaper, affordable products that I used. I don't think I used anything that was not drugstore. So if you like the way this look came out and you're looking for some more drugstore affordable products to kind of do like an everyday glam, definitely keep watching and you can find out all the products that I used. Okay, so to prep my skin for the foundation and all the product that I'm going to be putting on it today, I'm going to start with the Mario Badescu facial spray just to kind of like moisturize my face and make sure that it doesn't get too dry with all the powders and stuff that I'll be putting on. Gonna let that soak in. So what I'm starting with today for my eyebrows, just to get them kind of out of the way, is the NYX Ultimate Multi-Finish Shadow Palette, and this is in Smokescreen. It has a dark brown right here, and I'm just gonna kind of use the shadow to fill in my brows, and then I'm gonna use a concealer to clean them up. I'm not doing a ton of crazy eyebrow stuff today, I'm just kind of lightly filling them in so that I can get a good shape. By the way, my mirror is over here as always, so that's why I'm looking over here. I didn't know how I was gonna like this powder for filling in eyebrows because it's actually an eyeshadow, but it's working really well and I think the color matches my eyebrows pretty well. And now I'm using Great Lash in Clear by Maybelline just to set my brows in place. I'm going to start off foundation now, and I'm going to be using Maybelline Superstay Foundation. This is my absolute favorite drugstore foundation. If you haven't tried the Superstay Foundation by Maybelline, you really should because it's full coverage. It leaves a finish that's like natural, not too matte, not too dewy. This shade matches me really well, so well, I'm a little tan today, so we'll see how well it matches me, but it matches me perfectly when I'm not tanned. Okay, so I just pumped a little bit on the back of my hand and it looks like it might be a little light for the tan that I have on right now, so I'm gonna cheat, okay? I'm using the Born This Way Naturally Radiant Concealer because this is the only concealer I have that's a little bit darker, so I'm gonna mix these together and create a little bit of a darker shade so that it matches me better. So I actually ended up mixing it with a little bit of Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer because that was probably the darkest like liquid product I have. And it's still really light, so I'm just going to use a lot of bronzer to correct that. I was also going to clean up my brows with concealer, but when I was looking at them, I felt like they didn't need it, so I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to take a little bit of this foundation mixture. It's like a palette on the back of my hand. I'm going to take a little bit of it, and on this Sephora 45 Precision brush, and I'm just going to clean up my brows underneath a little bit just because it's a little red under there and I want to make it look, cut. So now I'm going to take my beauty blender and just go over everything to make sure it looks really seamless, because the brush I used can make it look a little bit streaky, so I want to make sure it all looks the same. I know it looks really light on my skin right now, but we're going to do some bronzer and fix all that, I promise. And don't forget to go down the neck. So now I'm going to set my face with my favorite drugstore powder. As you can tell, I've hit pan on it. This is the Revlon Colorstay Translucent Pressed Powder, and I use this, if you follow my Instagram, you would know that I use this like almost every look because it's such a good powder. It has like no flashback. It's just sets everything right in place. It matches me really well. It's just a really good powder. Did you guys see that? My eyebrow just went like all the way down. And this brush is just like a Morphe fluffy brush. Oh no, it's Real Techniques actually, I think. But I'm going to be taking this BH Cosmetics number 4 brush just to set under and around my eyes because it's a little smaller and I can get in the spaces a little better. So now we're moving on to bronzer, and this is my new favorite powder bronzer. It's from Milani and it is the Silky Matte Bronzer, and this one is in the shade 02 Sunkissed. It smells so good. It smells like coconuts. I'm just using this big Sonia Kashuk fluffy brush just to kind of set a base down for it, and then after that I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush just to really contour my face. I really like my hair this way, but it's just getting in the way of my bronzing too much, so I used to have a hair clip around here. I really did. Okay. I'm gonna clip my hair back because it just can't handle this bronzing right now. I was gonna try to keep my hair down for this video, like not pull it back, but my bronzer had other plans, I guess. I finished bronzing my face, but I'm just gonna contour my nose a little bit to make it super snatched and to look like I cannot breathe. So we are going to take the same bronzer on a tiny little brush. I don't know where this is from, but just a really tiny brush. Tap off any excess, and then I'm gonna bring it all the way up to where my brows are and start carving it out. And we're actually gonna bring it like into the brow pretty much. I saw someone, I don't remember who it was, but I saw someone doing this on a YouTube video. It might have been Harush. I think it was. She was doing cream contouring and she was bringing it all the way to the brow, so I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. I want to try that. So we're doing that. I don't know if you guys watch Harush's videos or follow her on Instagram or anything, but she has the best videos. I learned so much in them, and you should check out her YouTube channel. It's just HRUSH, I believe. Just search that, you'll find her. Yeah, I think she's a really talented makeup artist. Now I'm just taking a really small blending brush just to blend that out because it looks a bit harsh right now. So we're just gonna blend until it looks a little less harsh. I'm gonna take a little bit of that Revlon powder that we used before, put it on the tip of the Beauty Blender, and just do a line down the center of my nose to highlight, so my nose doesn't get lost in all that contour. And I'm just gonna let that bake for a little bit. And just to clean up under my cheeks, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna rub my Beauty Blender in that pressed powder. Clean up under the edges of this contour. And then we will wait for that to finish baking. Should we do blush or no blush? I really like that Milani blush, the baked, what is it called? The baked blushes. They're really beautiful, but I think I might skip it today. So the next thing we're gonna do is take this palette that I have that's literally 100 years old. It's from CoverGirl. It's called the Shimmering Sands palette. The number is 110. I know that you can still buy this. That's the only reason I'm showing this. I've had this palette for so long, and as you can see, it's really loved. This shade right here is like so gorgeous. I used to use it on my eyes all the time, and then I started using it as highlighter because it makes a beautiful highlight. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this is an Urban Decay brush, And we're gonna just dip it in to this last darkest brownie shimmery shade, tap off the excess, and just start building that on the outer corner. I'm not doing any sort of colorful look today, but we're gonna make it glam, okay? You can bet your bottom dollar. I think I'm gonna pull this shadow out a little bit, just to create like a cat eye, and then I'm gonna do probably some black liner. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to blend the edges of this, and then I'm gonna start to pull it out to create that cat eye shape. So to create that shape, I'm just taking whatever's left on this brush and just really carefully dragging it outwards to get that color down, and then I'm gonna really, really gently kind of try to blend it upwards. And just to deepen up the crease a little bit, I'm going to take that same dark brown color from the Smokescreen palette and dip that same kind of dense crease brush into it, and I'm just gonna put a little bit on the outer corner just to define the crease a little more. Now I'm gonna wipe off that bake because it's been there for a long time. And now whatever's left on the brush, I'm just gonna drag under my eye just to tie in the colors and everything, but not have too much of a smoky eye going on. And just to make sure that blend is really clean cut, I'm going to be taking that same Revlon Trusty Powder and taking a big fluffy brush and just kind of cleaning up that edge there to make sure it doesn't look too messy. Now we're going to take a really small Sonia Kashuk brush. It's just like a really small, almost like a bullet brush, and we're going to dip it into that first shade there. You're going to tap off the excess, and then you're going to put a little bit in the inner corner just to bring out the eyes. See how bright that is? And then we're going to put a tiny bit under the brows to highlight them. I'm definitely gonna have to blend that because it looks really intense right now. Okay, so I'm waiting for my lashes to dry, and they are the Kiss lashes in Tulle, T-U-L-L-E. They're from their Naked Drama collection. They have been my favorite drugstore lash. They're really like natural and wispy, and they don't look like a lot of other drugstore eyelashes that look like really fake and just plastic. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pop these lashes on, and then we are gonna do lips. So now I got my lashes on. They're just really wispy and pretty, and like I said, they don't really look like a drugstore lash, but they look kind of nicer than that, and they're pretty cheap. So next we're gonna do lips. I'm gonna use one of my favorite lip combos, which is the NYX lip liner in Nude Suede Shoes and the NYX Lingerie matte lips, what is it called? Why can't I think of the name of it? Liquid lipstick in Satin Ribbon. So first I'm just gonna line my lips. I made my Cupid's bow a little bit bigger, just to overline a little bit. So I'm going to take the lip liner and just bring it in a little bit more so that there's a little more area covered for when I put on the liquid lipstick. And I'm going to kind of pat this in. I want it to be really well blended, so I don't want it to be like harsh lip liner and then harsh liquid lipstick. I want them to be meshed together pretty well. So I'm going to just take my finger and blend the edges And you kind of have to work a little quickly because obviously it's liquid lipstick and it's gonna dry down. So now I'm going to take a little bit of the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer. I really love this concealer. I didn't use it today because it's in the shade Fair Warm, and it was the only shade they had left when they just came out with the shade, so I picked it up, and I thought it might suit me well, and it's not so bad, but when I have a tan it's way too light for me. So as you can see, it's really pale. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of this on my finger, and I'm gonna put it in the center of my lips. This creates like a highlighting effect on your lips so that your lips look bigger. And a little bit of this stuff goes a long way. So if you're looking for a cheaper concealer that will be full coverage, this is the one that you should try. It's like $5. And now we're almost done. To top off the look, I want to put some gloss because it just looks really matte. Oh my god, highlighter. I forgot highlighter too. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of this Sephora lip gloss. It's just clear. It's in the shade Totally Lucid, I believe. Yeah. And we're going to put a little bit. And then we're going to pucker. And it just gives it a little bit more of a glow instead of a totally matte finish. So I could use the CoverGirl, that really bright eyeshadow if I wanted to, but I think today I'm going to use the Physicians Formula highlighter. It's the Powder Palette Mineral Glow Pearls Translucent Pearl. I'm going to take this on just like a face brush, and it's a really pretty highlight. If you want a highlight that's not, I don't know, like it's not too blinding, but it's really just kind of subtle and pretty, this is the highlighter for you. So I'm going to swirl it around and then tap off any excess and then apply it to the high points of my face. This particular shade has a really pinky undertone, so it goes really nicely if you have like a nice blush on or some warm toned eyeshadows. Gonna hit above the brow. A little bit on the chin, nose. And that is the finished look. It's kind of cool toned. I didn't really know where I was going with the eyeshadow. I was just gonna kind of wing it, so oh my god, wing it. So anyway, I put on just some like cool toned brown shadows and came up with this look. I kind of pulled it out a little bit, and then I just kept the rest of the face kind of warmer so that it didn't get too gray toned or cool toned. But yeah, this is just kind of like a drugstore glam, if you will. Also, the waver that I used is drugstore, so if you guys want to see a tutorial on how I did my hair, let me know in the comments please, because it's really easy. It took me like 15 minutes. It's this awesome waver that's from the drugstore, so I will show you guys that if you're interested. But other than that, this is the look, and I really hope you guys like it. If you guys like this video and this look, please check out my Instagram and subscribe and leave a comment, like it, all that good stuff. I always post all my makeup looks on my makeup page at Sarah Makeup 871, so I will leave that in the description too, and you guys should follow it if you like makeup because I'm posting on there all the time. If you guys have any other suggestions for videos you want me to film, please let me know because I want to keep continuing to do this, and I'd love to hear you guys' suggestions on what you guys want to see. So if you guys like this video, please let me know, and other than that, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Now we're gonna take that. Oops. Okay. Anyone? You know, if you get that reference, leave it in the comments.